of weed. Etymology. Number 10. Cannabis, from the Greek, originally a Scythian or Thracian word, associated with the Scythian cult of the dead. Get a tent, go in there, wearing dark colors and finery. Then play music, eat, drink, and forget about death. See? It works. Alternately, hang out with your ancestors and those who have recently been dearly departed. It still works. Now, back to cannabis. There are 3 species of cannabis: sativa, indica, and the Siberian plant ruderalis, which is miniature due to harsh winds on the steppe. Although cannabis refers to the entire plant, the stems, seeds, and trunk have no mental high associated, but many nutrients, and the entire plant can be eaten or smoked. The non-mental active parts of the plant can be used to make paper and clothing also. Marijuana is a word used to tie the plant to Mexico by the USA, as it is a word linked to Mexican Spanish. As such, the word cannabis is gradually replacing this term for scientific research and academic writing projects. The word marijuana is thought to have circulated into popular usage and remains descriptive of the mentally effective parts of the plant in use as an anesthetic prescribed to Mexican soldiers and veterans historically. Number 8. Ganja comes from the Sanskrit word ganjika in modern Indic languages. Today, it is known as ganja around India. The species Cannabis indica comes exclusively from this region, the subcontinent of India. Ganja was at one time used to keep on the down low. However, today, this is often impractical in most settings due to the word becoming popularized through many cultures worldwide. Number 7. The accepted story about 4:20 p.m. being tea time varies with culture. In one account, the time was pre-agreed daily by a group of high school students in 1971 at California's San Rafael High School. I believe this tea time has always existed, maybe before the clock was invented, as it is also very distinct through a sundial. Number 6. Hemp is the earliest known woven fabric. It can make paper, clothing, lighting oil, medicine, and construction materials. It puts all of the parts of the cannabis plant to good use, even the parts that don't have any mental effect. Hemp grows very fast and can produce much more paper than trees, which is longer lasting and stronger, doesn't suffer from blights of insects or destructive weeds, and unlike tree paper, doesn't require bleach runoff from wood pulp mills. Number 5. No one is really sure who Mary Jane is, or when Mary Jane became a popular euphemism for cannabis, perhaps because so many have a person named Mary Jane located somewhere on their own family tree. Number 4. Herb. Merriam-Webster Dictionary, quote, a seed-producing annual, biennial, or perennial that does not develop sufficient woody tissue but dies down at the end of a growing season, end quote. Number 3. Reefer. Thought to be derived from the Mexican-Spanish word for marijuana, grifa, mostly from a reefer madness, which is a 1936 film that promoted abstinence in all things, and today this is how the word is generally used, as in the title of this early American film. Number 2, skunk, an olfactory potent plant strain with a cross of Afghanistan and Indian sativas. The resulting gourmet menu blends have become widely prized after the latter half of the 20th century. Only super tasters need apply. Then number 1, hashish. Hashish, an Arabian word for trichome hairs and pollens gathered and chilled, pressed, warmed, massaged into a ball, kept across many deserts and conditions on various historic routes throughout time across the globe, reminiscent of chocolate or truffles. Well, that's it for another Top 10, this time dealing with words of weed. And as always, thank you so much for joining me here at Mystic Ashram. Please remember to like, share, or subscribe. And we will have more content such as this coming up very, very soon. Until then, namaste, and thank you so much for joining us here.